Hello, welcome back to another Portrayed HD video. Today we have our first ever game of the week on FIFA 15. If you don't know already, this is our unique series to Pricey HD where I simulate a game from the Barclays Premier League, a selected game of the week, of course, which it says in the title, doesn't it? It does what it says on the title. So we have a simulated FIFA 15 game. Our first ever one on FIFA 15. I missed out on the Liverpool-Everton one last week, sorry, because of how much shenanigans were going on, let's be honest, all that good stuff with career mode and all that stuff. But now we have a Man United-Everton one this morning, and later on today we will have the Arsenal-Chelsea one. So we have got two game of the weeks this week because I just couldn't pick between the two fixtures. I think it would have been Chelsea-Arsenal, but I see this as a pretty big fixture between Everton and Man U. Also, so anyway, let's get into our traditional game of the week. Goodness, if you are new to this series, just give it a chance. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's real life football information. A bit of sort of like just a bit of a chat, obviously, without anyone talking to me, but me talking to you about everything and my opinions on the current footballing world right now. So anyway, let's get into the match facts head-to-head. I am using the BBC Sport website. If you didn't know already, I say it in every single episode that I do with a game of the week in. If you want to go and check that out, make sure you just type in BBC Sport Football and go to the match preview of this game. Match facts, head-to-head. Everton have won 3 of their last 4 games against Manchester United, all in the Premier League. So basically, Everton have won their last 4 games against Man U, which is a great record to have. That includes a 1-0 victory at Old Trafford last season, only their second in 22 Premier League games there. So basically, Roberto Martinez, of course, when David Moyes played Everton last year, Everton got the better of him, his former club. They are chasing a third successive league win against the Red Devils, a feat they last accomplished in 1921. So if they can get it, then it will be a great record. Of course, the last time being 1921, which they succeeded that. Now, singular stats about Man United. If you want to see more in-depth stats, like I said, go to the BBC Sport website, because I'm not going to be explaining in detail about every single one. But what I finished that was from Van Persie with his weak foot there, posting in. So FIFA 15 is currently saying 1-0. The Red Devils are hoping to win back-to-back league games for the first time under Louis van Gaal and are chasing a third successive victory at Old Trafford. However, Van Gaal will hope to not follow in the footsteps of Alex Ferguson and David Moyes, who both lost their first Premier League home games against Everton as United boss. Of course, David Moyes never won against Everton as United boss. Radamel Falcao has more assists in his 2 league games for United, with 2, than he has managed in the previous 3 seasons, 1. That's just a ridiculous stat. He's meant to be a striker and he's got more assists in the past 2 games than he has in the past 3 seasons, which is just ridiculous. Is that a good thing though? Does it sort of prove that Falcao sort of dropped off the scoring position, almost like being pushed back? Because where he would have been assisting in the last 2 games, he would have been scoring 3 seasons ago. Maybe? I don't know, that's up to you to decide. The Red Devils have already used 29 players in the Premier League this season, 6 more than any other team prior to this weekend. They used 30 different players in the whole of 2013-14. That's ridiculous. That's like Fulham last season. And what happened to them? They went down. That's ridiculous. They can't keep changing the squad that much. Yes, it's good to rotate, it's good to change, but he needs to find his feet with the team, Van Gaal, and it's the problem that David Moyes had last year. I think he's starting to establish it with this sort of 4-1-2-1-2 with Van Persie up top and all that stuff. Di Maria in left centre mid, right centre mid Mata, Cam, Rooney, strikers Falcao and Van Persie. He's sort of establishing that really right now, but he does need to find his feet with the team, I think. Everton's singular stats now. The Toffees' tally of 6 points from their opening 6 league games is their worst start to a season since 2010-11, which they just had 3 points at this stage. That's not good. They have played some easier teams. Yes, they've played Arsenal, which they were unlucky not to beat, but Crystal Palace they should have beat. They've got a pretty pretty poor start to this season, and hopefully they can pick that up. Like, in our career mode with Everton, we've had a great start, and that's one of the reasons why I chose them, because they haven't quite set off the mark just yet. But look at that from Mata. That's absolutely superb play. And it's nice to see that in a FIFA simulation, because last year, FIFA 14 simulations were ridiculous. They just didn't work, and he walks on the fans as well there, which is a poor glitch. But, so basically that's quite poor from Everton. I would like to see them get back up there again. Both Merseyside teams haven't had the best of starts, but I'm sure they will find their feet soon enough. They have conceded 10 league goals in the second half of matches this season, the highest figure in the top flight prior to this weekend. Which, again, that's not good enough. They need to wrap up. And I think it's a shame that they're not quite doing as well. I really hope that they can pick themselves up. They can do well. Because in the Europa League, of course, they beat Wolfsburg like 4-1, wasn't it? So that's a great result. They have lost 299 Premier League games, more than any other side. But then you think about it, and you think they've been in the Premier League forever. They've never gone down in the 22 years of the Premier League this season, isn't it? Or 21 years, one of them. So, yeah, it's a quite bad tally, but think about it. Compared to teams like Man City, they've only really been in the Premier League for the past few seasons solid. Chelsea, they have been probably one of the better teams that have established themselves in the Premier League, but they've had a lot of money to back them up. Everton, they've been in the Premier League forever, and they haven't. So you can sort of understand where I'm coming from here, if you get what I mean. Phil Jagielka is set for his 250th Premier League appearance, of course, if he starts or comes on as a substitute today. So that is all the singular stats about Man United and Everton. Coming on later today is, of course, the insane Chelsea-Arsenal game. Of course, Tottenham also play Southampton tomorrow, and West Ham also play QPR tomorrow. Today we have Hull Crystal Palace, Leicester Burnley, Liverpool West Brom, Sunderland Stoke, Swansea Newcastle, Aston Villa Man City, and none of them have kicked off yet. From when I'm talking, of course. So it's a pretty insane start to everything. The current Premier League table sits with Chelsea on top, Southampton in second, Man City in third, and Arsenal in fourth. If Chelsea could have grabbed the win at Man City, they'd have had a 100% win record. That's pretty insane. Unfortunately for them, their former legend, Frank Lampard, ruined that for them. They would have been a massive, and yes, it is a massive 5 points clear at this stage in the Premier League. I really, really would like to see Chelsea win the league this year. I don't know what it is. I said that they'd win the league last season and the season before that, but they didn't quite turn out in the way that they wanted to. And eventually, of course, they finished second, third, and that during them years. Swansea are currently sitting in fifth, not winning a game since August, I believe. Aston Villa, Man United, and Tottenham grab 6th, 7th, and 8th. West Brom in 10th after their great 4-0 win at Burnley. That's really kicked them off the bottom areas of the Premier League table, but still, they're not exactly safe yet, are they? Let's be honest. QPR, Newcastle, and Burnley all sit in the relegation zone. Newcastle really need to pick themselves up. West Brom, however, sitting on 8 points. They've really progressed this year. Stoke are on the same, and Swansea are only on 2 points more, who had a great start and have only accumulated 1 point in the last 3 games. Of course, the transfer window is over, so no transfers anymore. Let's just take a quick look at the gossip. So here we can see Manchester United are planning on bidding for Real Madrid's Gareth Bale after their prospects of signing Cristiano Ronaldo became increasingly unlikely. So I don't know why Bale would leave Real Madrid, because he hasn't really established what he wanted to do there yet. He's only been there for 1 season. This is his second. I think he can do better things there. I mean, it would be nice to see Ronaldo return to Man U, but again, it's becoming increasingly unlikely. Bale, I don't think he should go to Man United. I don't think it's the right team for him. He still has unfinished business at Real Madrid. He hasn't won the La Liga yet, which is a massive, massive thing to win in Spain. Of course, it's their top league. So I think he needs to do that before he even thinks about moving. QPR manager Harry Redknapp has warned forward Adel Taarabt he won't be sold in January unless someone meets the club's asking price. Sunderland have rejected Scunthorpe's loan bid for 20-year-old striker Duncan Watmore. Don't know why they wouldn't accept that. But either way, FIFA have said 2-0 will be the score. I'm going to go with a win for Man United. I think it's going to be with a 1-goal difference. So either 1-0, 2-1 or 3-2. Actually, I think 2-1 or 1-0 is probably the most likely. Sorry, Everton, but I think Man United will be able to grab it. I do thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more Game of the Weeks, make sure you hit subscribe. Also on the channel is career mode, ultimate team pack openings, etc, etc. So all that good stuff for FIFA 15. I will see you next time.